Hello everyone, so this video is for those of you that were not able to print out the template yesterday. No big deal, we are just going to have to make a guide so our image comes out exactly how it's supposed to. So here I am just getting a random piece of paper, I folded it and now I'm cutting along that fold. Basically, we just want a nice strip of paper. We're going to be using this strip of paper to make lines through our warm and cool drawing. We want to have about 5 or 6 sections. So if we notice our strip of paper is too big, just cut another one and make it a little bit thinner. So right now I have 3 sections. 4 sections, 5, and 6. Now, if you take a look, I have a little bit of extra paper. It's not quite the full size of my strip, so I'm just going to cut it out. We don't need that piece. Now I'm going to label it B1. B2, B3, B4, B5, and B6. Perfect. So this has 6 sections. Yours might have 5. If you have 7, that's also okay. We just don't want any less than 5. Awesome. So now it's time to do the same exact thing with our cool drawing. The only difference is going to be how we label it. So, like the warm drawing, I'm carefully going right down that sheet of paper all the way to the end of my sheet. So the difference with this sheet is we are going to label it A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and A6. So instead of B's on this one, we just put A's. Now it's time to grab a new sheet of paper. We're going to take that same exact strip we used for the first part, and we are going to go down the whole length of this paper. Make sure you're taking your time and really going along the edge of the paper as neatly as possible. Now the large piece of paper that we just put lines through, I labeled a little bit differently than the first and second sheet. As you can see, I labeled A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3. If this part's a little bit confusing, I have a picture of exactly how we're going to label this sheet on to Seesaw. Now the next part is just connecting these pieces to our little puzzle we have. So I'm sorting through all the strips I've cut out, and I'm lining up A5 with the A5 that's on my large white sheet of paper, B5 with the B5. And what you're going to notice is you should have a pattern. You should have a warm colored strip and a cool colored strip. Warm color, cool color. That is exactly what we want. So if yours does not look like that, double check, make sure all of your strips are in the right spot before you glue them. So here I have my paper all glued. I trimmed off those numbers because we don't need them anymore. And the next step is to accordion fold our whole length of our paper. So just go in between your warm and cool colors and make a crease. If you flip your paper over, you might be able to see through where the gaps are between your warm and cool colored sheets of paper. That's exactly where you're going to want to fold. So take your time, go back and forth. It might help if you flip your whole thing over, that way you can see your image and where the warm and cool color separates. Now we're just going to keep folding along the whole length of this paper, and then your project is all done. As you can see, some of my pieces aren't glued down perfectly, so I might go back and fix that. That way it doesn't interrupt our image. We want to make sure we're doing this as neatly as we can to get the best result.